From Field Pass Hockey Southern Command, this is the Inside the SPHL podcast. Here is your host, James Hayes.
Welcome to this episode of Inside the SPHL. You guys thought I forgot about you this week. You didn't get your normal Wednesday drop. Well, whenever the finals didn't end in time for me to record on Monday, I had to wait so I could get the champions in on the show. And I got one, maybe two guys that I'm going to bring on. I don't know, maybe three. Who knows? We're just going to see how it goes. But as you guys all know by now, the Peoria Rivermen have gotten the SPHL championship after fallen short a couple times before. The cup finally went home to Peoria, and I can imagine you fans in Peoria couldn't be more excited. I know the team's jacked up, but you guys aren't here to listen to me. Let me bring the guys on. So I got Alec Baer. I got J.M. Piotrowski, Alec Hagaman, and Kasey Kulczycki. So, and maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a few more guys on. But
celebrity,
yeah. But first off, congratulations, guys! What an awesome run you guys ran this year, and I really appreciate you guys taking time to come on with me because, I mean, I know how busy your week's probably been. You guys got the parade tonight, and so I mean, and just celebrating. I mean, everybody knows you got to celebrate a little. So I'm just thankful you guys came on. I know the fans are going to be thankful to be able to listen to it, and the ones that don't like you guys, they're still going to watch this podcast, so they're not fooling anybody. So,
Bearsy was the most excited to do the podcast. He was leading the charge.
That's awesome. Yeah.
He said he had a lot he wanted to say.
Yeah, he was the first one to respond, so I'm going to give him the credit there. So, yeah. Number 91 with 91 points on the season too, counting the playoffs. So how about that? So,
yeah, what a stat that is, huh?
Pretty criminal.
You couldn't get 100, man? What the hell?
No, because I stopped playing with Hags. I got taken off his line, so I couldn't get 100.
Yeah, I got hurt, so it slowed him down a little bit. He did all right.
All right. Next year you're gonna have to do better. I'm gonna expect more out of you. But what's it been like? I mean, anybody can answer. You could jump in. I mean, what's it been like? I'm gonna do this backwards. Apparently, what's it been like since you guys won it? The ride, after when you left Roanoke and started going home. I know you guys had a grand entrance into Peoria. Tell me about that experience and what that was like.
I haven't slept yet.
Nice.
No, yeah, it was cool, but we got right over the bridge coming into Peoria, and we got a police escort kind of taking us through downtown, and then we had all our fans that have been waiting a long time for this, just waiting for us. So it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I imagine, I seen, I didn't know the stat that, 22 years since a Peoria team has won championships. So, I mean, that's not like Toronto fans. Let's not kid anybody, but that's a long dang time. So I know they were excited. And you guys have been so close. I mean, Hagaman, you've been there, so many times. You won it last year, but this one has to feel a little bit better, right? I mean, it's at home where you've been, where you wanted to.
Yeah, with Peoria, this was my fourth crack at it, and we finally got it done. So it was cool.
Yeah, for sure. So, JM, you tell me, you scored the game-winning goal. I mean, that's what I used to do in my driveway when I was a kid. I imagine you guys all did.
That's a dream right there.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, tell me about that feeling when you seen that thing went in there and the game was over. I mean, what was the first thought? Did it even register in your brain what just happened? I mean, I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, you're spot on. It's definitely something that you play out in your driveway as a kid, and maybe not the SPHL President's Cup final was the specific that I was envisioning, but this is pretty close to as good as it can get. So I think, going into overtime, it was definitely a battle. It was really hot in that arena. A lot of guys were exhausted. Bearsy needed an oxygen tank after his first shift in overtime.
I was just sitting on the bench hiding.
Toast.
I didn't even see the goal.
I didn't either.
So actually, these three started overtime as a line, so gave us a pretty good momentum to start overtime. But when the goal happened, it kind of I just remember everything going silent really, and all I heard was the puck hit the padding in the back of the net because it was right on the ice. And then I was probably 5 or 10 or 15 seconds delayed in registering in my brain what actually happened. I just remember hearing that and then throwing all my my stick and my gloves in the air and just trying to grab the nearest guy.
I think Marcel said he went over to hug him in the corner, and all he could hear out of jam was, "I tipped that.
You run over to the score box real quick, and you made sure they knew that at the score box.
I had an out of body experience for sure.
Oh,
So I guess
awesome.
it sounds like something I would say, but yeah, I was just happy that I didn't have to have another shift in overtime because I don't think my legs would have made it.
Yeah.
My legs seized up when we jumped off the bench.
Yeah.
When we got on the ice for overtime, I was like, I didn't think I was going to play overtime, so I was trying to pump the guys up. And I know Bearsy and Hacks are on the ice. Like, come on, hey, boys, big first shift. And Hacks looks at me and says, hey, you, me, and Bearsy. I was like, what? I was like, all right, only two things you can think about: get a guy and shoot the puck on net.
Yeah. You're like, no, guys, I'm the door guy. I was going to open the so
yeah, it was definitely like a game like that. If you're Roanoke, you're probably a little bit more scared. Kasey brought up a good point because I was like, man, I was pretty nervous going into overtime, but at the same time, I was so excited for the chance to not only win it, but like everybody wants to be the guy that scores the goal.
Yeah.
And then Kasey was just talking about, yeah, you were nervous, but think of how they were feeling. Because if we lost, we still had another chance. But if we scored on them, then there's it's over. So it's crazy that it happened a minute, 6 seconds or whatever it was into it. Didn't really have time to sink in. So it's just a crazy experience.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just what did the thought ever cross you guys' mind, the way that game was going? Whenever you went into the locker room before overtime, that this game had the potential to maybe do a couple more, maybe 2 overtimes. Did you guys, just as tight as the game was in the series? No.
Hey, personally, I knew for sure it was going to be over in the first 5 minutes. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. I didn't know which way it was going to tip. It's going to tip in like the favor if we're going to score, if they're going to score. But I had a pretty good feeling it's going to be like a quick overtime, first 5. And
yeah. You confident somebody was going to win quick. Everybody's legs were probably tired.
Yeah.
So
it was so used too. So
it was a sauna in there. Yeah.
I've never drank more water and more fluids in a day in my life, and I still was so dehydrated. Going into overtime, like my hands started like seizing up. I'm like looking around. I'm like, I need something. I need a banana or something. And we got Mike Gertler and Marcel Godbout.
Awesome.
A
couple more champ.
There.
Wait, where's Bearsy? Why is he on a different screen?
Slow start. I'll be right over there.
Yeah.
Slow start to the
he did.
What's up, Bear?
It's good. It's good. hey, I'm drinking one with you guys too.
Let's start drinking, fellas.
That's right. No, Bear had to. He didn't want to miss the appointment, so he decided to stay at home so he wouldn't miss the appointment of coming on the podcast. He's doing me a solid, guys. I mean, you got to give him a break.
He's a little jealous. The other pair got the MVP.
Isn't it weird that Bearsy?
We introed the show by saying Alec Baer, number 91, had 91 points this year.
That's factual.
Hey, I mean, that's a big stat, right?
A few secondaries.
A few seconds.
Yeah.
That's all right. They all count on the score sheet.
Yeah, I prefer secondaries, actually.
Yeah, that's all. There was somebody I was talking to earlier this season who had a bunch of points, and he's like, yeah, most of them were secondaries. I was like, hey, but they still count as points.
Exactly.
So tell me the vibe, that like throughout the playoffs, did you guys have did you guys feel, I talked to Jason Ruff, I've talked to so many people, around you guys' organization. Did you guys feel like this was going to be the year, that it was your year to win it all? I mean, it seems to me like this team has just been a team of destiny, almost, as cheesy as that sounds, but how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of right on point. I mean, we just had a really close-knit group that actually, like, it was the first time, like, I played in Peoria, and, like, we've had really good teams, but this team, every single person cared about our logo more than anything in our city. And I think like we all respected each other for that. And then the way the playoffs went, every time we got down, it seemed like that was when you got the best out of us every single time. So, I mean, I think also seeing that as a group, like seeing that when we would be down by a goal or even if we lost one game in the series and seeing our response, I think it was for us as a team that was pretty good character builder. And we kind of knew from there that a team's really going to have to give us their best every single night to beat us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what it looked like or felt like to me anyways. Anybody else got some input on that one?
Yeah, I mean, I
think we always did our best work with our backs against the wall. We like to do it the hard way. We never really did it the easy way. Even if you look at the last series, we got the first 2 games at home and had the chance to sweep in game 3, and things didn't go our way. So we were like, well, after the game, I think Hags said right away, he's like, we haven't done anything the easy way all year. Let's do it the hard way. One more game, another opportunity to win a championship. And like he said, we played our best when our backs were against the wall, and when we responded after a less than stellar performance is always when we had our best games.
Yeah,
I just hopped on the bandwagon. That's all.
Yeah, you were late to the party, but you still were a part of it, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But you were gonna say
Just
something,
playing
Bear.
minor league hockey roulette and just on the right team at the right time.
That's right.
I knew I had a pretty good chance with Bears in the lineup. So
you had something to say though.
What's that?
Thanks for the shit, Bears. Yeah,
Shut up. No, but yeah, I mean, I think like just kind of what they were saying, like, you know, we had a couple inconsistent games, like, you know, in quad we got worked pretty bad, and you know, like just the way our team responded, I think was really cool to see. And you know, if it's not, you know, like, you know, Marcel or I or Hags, like everyone was in the playoffs, everyone was going and everyone had big goals. We had big goals from everyone, you know. Like if, you know, some of our top guys were a little slow, like that first game in Roanoke, our third line was amazing. You know, they gave us kind of energy and everyone was kind of pulling on the same rope.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, Kasey. So I seen the most Kasey Kulczycki thing ever whenever you're scooping ice towards Sherwood. I mean, that just
bring that up.
That was the play of the game.
I had to go back and I had to watch both broadcasters outtake, you know, Jason Ruff and Mitch Stewart, to see what they were saying about that. And I mean, it was just the funniest thing ever. Say that again.
They didn't have the same speed, both of them. Yeah, well, from my end, playing against Sherwood for like 4 years, I knew, like, I kind of know he was like, he's got a short temper, if I can put it this way. So and it wasn't my first time clearing the snow off the red line.
Yeah.
Like if we needed to clear the puck, I wanted the puck to keep moving and not stop at the red line. So I was just clearing the snow off the red line, and I saw that Sherwood was standing right there. I was like, oh, I'll put some snow on him. I didn't like expect any response from him or anything from that. I was just like, maybe, you know. So I just flicking some snow at him. Then I saw him look at me, and I flick more snow on the red line. I keep flicking snow at him, and he finally snapped. And I didn't think he was gonna snap, but he did. And it was it kind of changed the momentum of the series. Like
it did. TSN turning point right there.
We were on our heels back. They had a power play 6-on-4. They could have like tied the game. So yeah, it was just it was the rat move to do, and I own it. I loved it.
I had a front row seat to that. That was all time.
Yeah, it was fun. And you're right.
I couldn't believe I did that.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. That was unbelievable.
It really did change the momentum. I mean, they were like you said, they were on the power play, and they kind of got you know screwed out of the power play by that decision that he made. Which, you know, I mean, it's hockey though. That's what you want to do. I mean, if you're not on the ice, if there's a way you could do something off the ice and get in somebody's head, why not do it, right?
Yeah.
So it was great.
That was awesome.
You just kind of added.
I think that's very fitting for the Peoria.
Yeah.
Not only for Kasey, but just for the Peoria Rivermen. Everybody hates us and thinks that we're the dirtiest team in like minor league hockey history. So, like, if that's what they want to, you know, knock us for, then I think we'll sleep just fine at night.
Yeah, that's funny. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, it just fits that brand where everybody's just like, oh, Peoria, we hate these guys, but I love it.
But we fully embraced the villain role this year, and I love when the villain wins.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So I don't want to take any more of your time. I know you guys are sitting down to have some lunch and some drinks, and Bear's got to get down there and hang out. You guys got to
get a shower in and get down there.
Yeah,
we'll see Bears in about 5 hours.
Yeah, at the parade, right? But
Bears is a slob.
Why
is he waking up?
I know. I'm getting going here. I'm just finishing my coffee. I'll be going.
Oh my god!
Nice hoodie, by the way, Bearsy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
House of JMP.
Yeah. I got the same
JMP
one
for sure. Yep.
I didn't get mine for free though, like you guys probably did.
No,
So
we didn't get it for
You'd
free.
think we would, but no.
Trying to run a business here.
And not only
That's
that,
right.
he gave us all the sweatshirts and everybody washed them and they got smaller. And then he informed us that, oh yeah, you got to wash them a certain way so they don't shrink.
You can't please anybody in this group.
That's right. You got a new clothing line coming out this summer. It's the last couple summers you had them come out. You doing it again this summer?
Yeah. I'll take a little bit more time to celebrate, and then I'll start working on some business. But
that's right.
Definitely just enjoying the moment right now. I also wanted to thank my first part-time employee, Kasey. He's the first person I've hired at the House of JMP.
Nice.
Had to fire him a couple times already, but
I got fired like 6 times already.
But he works hard. He's gotten fired. He's gotten a couple raises all within a few weeks. So it's just
Nice.
a testament to his character.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So,
Rumor has it, if you're back in Peoria, you're doing a specialty jersey.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll keep that under wraps for now, but it's definitely an idea we're having.
Try to get that in your contract.
Yeah.
He gets all the proceeds.
Yeah, you got to make money somehow.
That's right. Minor league hockey doesn't pay the greatest, so you got to make that money on the side where you can. So, but do you guys got anything else to add before I let you go?
I just want to thank everyone for the support. It's been great, especially on the SPHL fan page. I think we really got a wave of love, and I just want to say to everyone that was doubting us, thank you for
the motivation.
And anything else, Ags? We'll do this one for Ags.
Give everybody a turtle shot.
The turtle.
Yeah.
I
Turtle.
honestly just like to thank the Peoria fans for always believing in us and knowing we would get it done sooner or later, and we did it for them. So I'm just happy to be able to bring something back to the city of Peoria that means something to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, there's countless people we can thank. Definitely all my teammates, coaches, and my parents for sure. They sacrificed a lot, and I was happy and lucky enough that they were able to be there live for the championship moment. So
first and foremost, though, I'd like to thank Bearsy again for the ship. I owe you a trophy, buddy. All right, I love you.
Oh my god!
They're just gonna keep hammering you, man. That's all there is to it.
All
Now
day long.
You might not want to show up.
Doesn't stop.
But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy it. Congratulations, and maybe we'll catch up sometime later on. And yeah. Here's to you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. Yeah, cheers.
yeah, thank you so much.
All right, guys.
See you guys later.
Drink that coffee, Bearsy. We'll see you later.
All right, there you have it. That is a few of your Peoria Rivermen coming on, having a little fun. You could tell that they're enjoying the championship life. It was a heck of a run for them this year. I know a lot of people outside of Peoria doesn't care for that team, and as you could tell, those guys kind of know that as well. But that's sports, man. I mean, you guys as fans, you don't have to like the other teams. You're supposed to hate the other teams, especially if you're a Quad City Storm fan. You're not going to be a fan of Peoria. You're a Bobcat fan. You're not going to be a fan of Peoria. But all in all, I mean, it's great. They got the job done. They lost 3 in a row a few years back. Then they didn't play last year, and then they showed back up this year, and they got the job done. It was just a job well done for the team. I'm interested now moving forward to see, how many of those people on that roster they're going to be able to keep there. I know you can protect 13 players. I might be wrong on that. tell me in the comments down there if I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm right. But it's going to be interesting to see how many of those guys they can keep and keep that core together, because if they can do that, the way this team gelled, I mean, just from talking to these guys, and you guys have seen, throughout the year from me talking to them, they've all basically said the same thing. The chemistry on the team has just been so good. Not to say the other teams weren't that way, but that it's just been, it's one of those things you want to keep together. And it's tough in the minor leagues. I mean, you can only protect so many. And I mean, these guys don't have to go play somewhere else. Exactly. I mean, they don't have to, go and take a contract somewhere else. But at the same time, if Peoria has an opportunity to bring somebody else in, there's going to be, an odd man out here and there. Also, the goaltending situation, as you guys know, Barry won the playoff MVP. They got Levine, and I mean, two very good goaltenders. Barry got hot at the right time and just threw the team on his back when they needed him in certain situations, and made some unbelievable saves in that finals. And so, I mean, are they going to, who are they going to be able to bring both of those guys back, or is Barry going to get a starting job somewhere else, where he's guaranteed most of the starts, or Levine? I don't know. It'll be fun. And it's going to be interesting to see all the teams, I mean, Roanoke also had a great core, and I have to tip my hat to the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. They did what nobody thought they were going to do. They were supposed to be an easy out, very first round. They were supposed to goodbye, see you later. The Knoxville Ice Bears are just going to probably sweep you. That's what everybody thought. And game one, it was looking like that was going to be right. They turned around, they took care of business, and then they went to Huntsville, took down number 2. They just, I guess they just ran out of fire. I don't know. I hate to say that. I feel like that's kind of an insult to a team that did so well, but Peoria really took it to them in that first game and put 7 goals on them. But Roanoke came back, and they were able to get another game. They were able to get one of the games in Peoria, which was a pretty big deal, because that gave them home ice advantage back, because that meant the next couple of games were going to be at the Berglund Center. So here we are thinking, well, maybe this is it. Maybe they got home ice advantage. They're going to make that comeback. It just didn't work out. But that's not to take anything away from that team. Those guys played their hearts out. It was a great season for them. Well, maybe not a great season, being the 8 seed, having all the ups and downs, but all in all, you played in the finals. So yeah, that was a great season. It was definitely a great playoff. I mean, nobody can tell me that they had them going to the finals. There's just no way you could tell me that. At all the teams, Roanoke was the team that everybody probably had written off, and they did it. They took care of business. So like I said, my hat's off to them. They had a great season. Congratulations, Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. You also played well. Maybe next year's your year. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe next year I can pick the right teams to go to the finals even, but I don't know. So this, as you know, this is the last episode of the season, because there's no more hockey to be played. So we're going to end up taking a couple weeks off, and then we're going to come back at it. And we got some things in the works that we're going to do. I'm going to try to still bring some guests on. It's just, like I said, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get a lot of guys to come on. They're back relaxing, enjoying their off season. Some of them are going back to their jobs, that they got. I know a lot of these guys work in hockey throughout the summer as well, but it's a little tougher to get a hold of these guys. They all go their separate ways, but I'm going to do my best to bring you guys some stuff throughout the summer. But like I said, we're going to take at least 1 week off and come back with some good content. I don't want to bore you guys to death with just me talking, right? I mean, you guys aren't going to listen to that. I'll lose listeners, and then when the new season comes around, nobody will be here anymore. So that's really what that's all about. But leave me some comments. What do you guys want to hear about in the off season? What do you want to see? Put some comments. If I post this on, if you see it on Facebook, leave me a comment in the comment section. If you're watching it on YouTube, definitely leave me a comment down there. Make sure you're liking and subscribing the page. Download the Field Pass Hockey app. I mean, we got coverage going all the way up. We're not done at Field Pass Hockey. We're not done. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm just taking a week or 2 off here from the podcast, because there's just not a lot to talk about right now. But we got the ECHL playoffs, the AHL playoffs going on still. We got all that coverage at Field Pass Hockey. An unbelievable crew of people for me to work with. I couldn't ask for more. And they're putting out great coverage, covering both of those leagues throughout the playoffs. I mean, we got some great writers. And check out their podcasts too. You got the Holy Grail podcast, which is the AHL podcast. That drops on Thursdays normally. Excuse me. I got to cheers myself. All right. Thank you. I felt, that little itch in your throat. I didn't want to cough on camera, but anyways, it's, I guess it's better to take a swig of a beer, but, And I'm probably going to get in trouble for the whole beer thing, but I only drank like that much. I felt like I had to have a beer with the boys. But anyways, going back to it, the Holy Grail podcast, that's your AHL podcast, drops on Thursdays. And we got an ECHL podcast called the 3 Periods podcast that normally drops on Fridays. So give those a listen. Like I said, subscribe to our YouTube page, download that app, check out all of our great content. The hockey season is not over, and the off season, as you guys know, it's not over. We're going to put stuff out. There's going to be some great content being put out all off season, and I'm going to try to keep you guys posted up to date. Follow me on Twitter at FPH Bulls, and if when news comes out, if I hear it before it's posted everywhere else, I'm going to drop it out there. But it's hard to get breaking news in the SPHL because that there's not really a such thing as being an insider unless I don't know. I don't know. There's just not. It's tough to get that breaking news. But if there is, and I can put it out before the teams or the league, I'll do my best to get it out there for you. I'll even retweet it. So if you're following me and you didn't catch, an SPHL post that happened, I'll throw that out there. Any of the news that's going on, I'm going to do my best to keep you guys up to date heading into this next season. And that's about all I got for rambling on here. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me this season. I really appreciate you guys. I joke about only having 4 listeners, but it's more around 6 or 7. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know the exact number, but without you guys listening, there's no reason for me to be sitting here. There's no reason for me to bring this on. And there's no reason for me to try to track down players whenever they just celebrated a championship and are still celebrating it, because they don't want to just talk to me. They do this for you guys. I do this for you guys. And that's all I got to say. So thank you guys for a wonderful season, and we'll see you soon. So that's all I got for you. Until next time.
You've been listening to the Inside the SPHL podcast. Got a topic you'd like discussed? Follow James on Twitter at FPH Bulls. For the latest news on the SPHL and the rest of minor league hockey, download the Field Pass Hockey app, now available in the Apple and Android app stores.